Thank you, Gianni. Good topic. Good topic.
All right, Robbie, you're a little pissed about some liars getting on planes and putting everyone in danger. Is this truth, lies, or shenanigans?
True shenanigans, once again. Yeah. So, as we all know, there's a pandemic that's been going on for the last year, and most countries have made negative COVID tests mandatory for passengers that are traveling by air. And now tourists are reportedly obtaining fake test results to get around these entry requirements. This is something that's happening internationally and in a variety of ways. So, what's happening is, for example, in France, there was a group of 7 people who were arrested in September because they were selling falsified digital certificates intended specifically to prove negative corona test virus. So, it's happening at a digital level. The group was discovered because of a traveler that was traveling from France to Ethiopia, and this is how they discovered it. So these fake test results are selling for about $180 to $360 a piece, and the fines associated with this in France is 5 years in prison and up to $445,000 in fines. So substantial. In South America, some falsified tests have already started to show up, but rather than buying fake test results, they are suspecting it's the local authorities that are altering their own results. So there's bribery and corruption happening at the system level. And another case in UK, a traveler going to Pakistan, he was quoted as saying, you can simply get a negative test and change the name and birth date to your own. You can also put a test date on, which is within the time limit required. And people are doing this because of the constraints and whatever reasons they have to travel. So I am asking my co-hosts what they think of this practice and what types of penalties should these people be facing.
Death.
Death.
Because
Oh my God.
because they could possibly kill me with their COVID asses. So
They
death.
could.
If you think death is a little too much, okay, exile. Get out of
Exile.
here. Give me your passport. Get out of here. Don't come back no mo, no mo, no mo. Come on now.
Okay.
We gotta start getting serious with these folks.
tough.
Throw their money
Yeah.
around. Throw their money around and put the rest of us at risk. Like I'm sick of it. Y'all know how long it took me. And I mean, Neo got his first injection. I'm not sure about Gianni. I'm not sure about Rob in Canada. But it took me forever to get my first vaccine. And I didn't do it through the government systems. I had to go backdoor, even though I should be on a list to be a priority.
Yep.
And so to see that people are faking, just so they could travel, I want to travel too. Like I am an international girl. I go out of the country. I travel a lot every year. I've barely left my apartment since March 19th of 2020. I want to go see Robin Jose in Canada. I want to go see my goddaughter in Finland. I want to go to Monaco. I want to go to South America. Like I want to go all these places too. But I'm playing by the rules and they are not. So death or exile. Death or exile.
I don't know. That's sort of like saying death or exile for reckless driving. I mean, you put people in danger on the road when you're reckless driving.
Listen. If you were those 2 little teenagers in DC who carjacked someone the other day,
that was
reckless
awful.
driving,
Oh, that was crazy.
Oh, that was bad.
exile to you.
Dang.
That's exile to you. Don't get me started, Neo.
All right, we can't make Lizzie a judge anywhere because I don't want to be in front of Lizzie.
He rules with an iron fist.
Make her a judge in the Thunderdome.
Right.
We're gonna take care of this now.
Oh, Jazzy Jono, I'm sorry. I see Jazzy Jono says I lost my father to COVID, so all that is a no-go. Yeah, that's sad. Johnny, what do you think, Johnny?
I don't feel like it should be a harsh punishment, only because let me give you an argument for people that still kind of are the reason why people would, doctor these documents that are supposed to be like official, is because you're not allowed to travel, right, without having a negative test. So what if they don't want the vaccine for a specific reason? Or what if, like you guys have said, that there's given the explanation as to how the vaccine can help and all of that, what if people still choose not to have the vaccine, but the only way is to be vaccinated? And so they're making a, like, I'm not saying it's right, but I understand why.
I
Because
kind
it's
of
like,
well,
it's almost
if
like,
I can build on that before you guys go, if I can build on that, which you know, another example might be, for example, if your mom is sick with COVID and you need to go see her, or if you need to go, a family member's ill, or your child, or you need to get home to your family. Some people, um, you know, want to do that. I think some of the reasons are invalid. There are some reasons to do that, obviously, but they have to be like extreme. Um,
Yes.
but go ahead, you guys can respond. I think I know where you guys were going.
I was just
It's
going to
there.
say that as it relates to, not getting a vaccine but still needing or wanting to travel, people forget that outside of the US, there are certain vaccine requirements that you have to fulfill before you can travel to certain countries. It's not
Mhm.
carte blanche.
Yeah,
Just because you have a passport, you
yeah,
can go
follow the
anywhere
rules.
you choose in the world. You have to get vaccines to go to certain countries.
Yeah,
A lot of countries don't see, the United States as the leader of the free world, this utopia as we see ourselves. They're just like, they are all infected. So you better get your shot before you even attempt to come see us. And if you don't want to get your shot, then stay home.
yeah,
Then stay, like, being given a choice. And unfortunately, in some instances, that choice is a harsh reality for a lot of people. But we have to like, y'all watch the Walking Dead, don't you? We have to think about the greater good, the greater population. And if you
Mhm.
have a loved one that you need to get to, and the only thing that's standing in between you and your loved one is a vaccine, come on, bruh. Come on.
Yeah. And I
Come
have
on.
to echo
I
what
would
Liz is saying. You need to travel to certain areas of the world. You need certain vaccinations, and it's mandatory. It's compulsory. And if you require medical documentation to travel somewhere, and and you're presenting fraudulent documents, fraudulent information, this is your travel documents along with your passport. I'm with Liz. Exile, 100%. It's okay. So you know what? You have now been barred. You have now been barred entry into this country for the rest of your life. Go get your COVID shot. Maybe you can visiting a neighboring country. Maybe you can go somewhere else warm. Sure, but this is for tourist travel, Johnny. I understand that there are compassionate reasons for traveling, and that's a completely different category. But if you're going to invest time and money into falsifying supporting documentation that's required to travel internationally or across a border, that nation reserves the right to incarcerate you, to send you back home, to bill your country for all of these things so that your country can bill you back. No, they need to be very harsh with these people because they're being selfish and they're endangering the greater international population. If you want to stay at home and be an asshole, stay at home and be an asshole. If you want to do it on somebody else's turf, no, you're going to be dealt with by their rules.
yeah. I'm trying to. As soon as I get my vaccine, I'm trying to go to Turkey Caicos. So they've got a bunch of rules there. So I'm
Well, and that's the thing. Like, remember the story we did, I think maybe a couple of months ago, about the young lady who went down to the Caribbean
hmm
The
and
jet ski
she
girl who she
yeah,
went
got,
to support her
yeah,
jet ski boyfriend, and then
yeah.
she
and
took the
she
ankle monitor off to
and
go to the
threw her ass
competition.
in jail. They threw her ass in
See, I agree with
jail.
jail.
Yeah.
I agree with jail and fines. I don't know about all this exile. I mean, exile if it's a tourist thing, obviously never come back to my country. But
Listen, it's a privilege to live
I can
here.
understand
but
it's
if
a
it's
territory
domestic,
thing.
It's a
It's
privilege
not
to
right.
live in a country.
all
We
right.
don't. It's a privilege to live here. You don't have the right to live in the United States. If the government deems you a threat, get out. Get
Let's get to
out.
these comments.
Yeah.
Let's get to these comments. So Jazzy Jono and TikTok says, then don't travel. I've been at home with 6 children for the past year. home all day, every day. There's no excuse. We've got Demetrius McMillan. I feel you, Cuzzo. Tuskegee Project in the federal prison system.
This is not to. This is let me just. I have to interject here. This is not Tuskegee, and this is one of the levels of misinformation and misconceptions about the Tuskegee Project. No one was injected with anything during the Tuskegee Project. That was the issue. You had a bunch of people who thought that they were going to be helped by the government. They all had syphilis. Some had syphilis. The majority had syphilis, but some did not. But they thought they were going to be treated for syphilis and they were going to be monitored accordingly. However, the government lied to them. The government didn't give them any treatments. The government just sat there and documented how they responded to basically dying and deteriorating without any treatment. They didn't give them any penicillin, any medicine, nothing. That was Tuskegee. Tuskegee was not about injecting people with syphilis. It was the complete opposite. Just so we're clear.
Ephraim Holly Slash says, consider as a medical weapon to harm another human being, and the penalty be in prison and money payment, he suggests. Terry Blaine says, love Robbie Rock's analysis. Stay at home and be an asshole.
And we're all entitled to that. We're all entitled to that.
And Kevin Daxon said, kind of agree with Lizzie. They should be sent to Antarctica wearing only silk undies. All right. All right, let's get on our last hot topic. This is going to be